Hey, just as we're about ready to go to publication with this video, Gearbest has announced that their out-of-stock pre-sale situation on the No.1 G7 is clearing up. So, there'll be a buying link down below in the show notes for you to pick up the silicone band version or the metal band version of the No.1 G7. Check it out. We appreciate you using the buying links we provide you. That helps keep these watches coming to our channel. Now on with our program. Greetings and welcome to SmartWatch Ticks. It's an exciting day today. We have an unboxing ahead of us. First of all, I'd like to welcome anybody new to the channel, and there may be several of you because of the unique nature of what you are about to see in here, because this product has never existed before. Not in this form anyway. We've seen something very, very similar, but in a different form. Now, I know you guys have all seen the title, so I'm not surprising you. However, I am going to excite you because this is the convertible, transformative, modifiable watch phone we've all been hearing about from No.1. Yeah, it's not even on the market yet. It's in pre-order, and when I publish this video, the pre-order will actually be activated. And you can actually go on and get yourself in line to get one of these amazing G7 smartwatch phones. And this is the first look at it. Whoa, look at that. It popped out already. Okay, let's take the whole thing out with the wristband. And let's take a look at what we've got. This is the leather band version of this watch. And it's not really leather. It's silicone made to look like leather. I can feel it. Look at that. It's stretchy. So this is a nice kind of sports version, a silicone band. And the watch itself is a phone. Look at that. It comes right out. We can now peel off all the protective material. There's that one. There's one on the front. And there you go. That's the little phone module. Now, if that looks familiar to you, we did a review of the Vphone S8. And in fact, it's thanks to you guys for sending in your comments about how would you like to see one of these in one of these that helped encourage the development of this watch phone device thing here. We are going to do a comparison between these to see what's the same and what's different. But before we do that, let's take a look at the box. What does it come shipped with? Now, this is like a pre-prototype, pre-production prototype. So what you get might be slightly different, but it looks very similar to what we got with the S8 watch. You've got a lanyard that you can hook this up to if you would prefer. There's a little hole in the corner that you can slide it through, and you could wear it as a necklace if you wanted to, or on your arm, or who knows, around your waist, wherever it would work. It's a pretty big lanyard, it looks like. There's a flat section here, a charging dock on the bottom, and all we got to do is put that flat section here, slide it in, and let go, and it magnetically couples to the base, like that. We're going to look inside, see how that works in a little bit. Okay, so you've got the lanyard. You got the standard USB charger, which is really great. You don't have to worry about taking this off and having magnetic things with a special kind of connector. You can wear this to work. You can wear it at home. You can wear it anywhere, even in the car. If you need to charge it, pop it out, plug it in, charge it up, and you pop it back, and you're ready to go. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to put it on in a minute too. First, the manual. What have we got? Oh boy, it's tiny print. This is all in Chinese on this side. And yes, English on this side. What we customarily do is give you a close-up of the user's manual, because I don't have these in PDF or Word or text. And you can freeze frame your YouTube and read this. Or if you're a fast reader, you can check it out while I'm displaying it for you. And once again, this is like the S8. The G7 is a dual mode device. That means you can put its own SIM card in it and use it as a standalone phone, or you can tether it directly to your existing phone and use the SIM card and phone number in your phone to talk from the watch and to do your messaging and all that good stuff, okay? So let's get deeper into this. Before we turn it on, it's still off. I want to take the back off and show you the insides. Here's a little corner here that we can pry it out. Get into it. Okay, there we go. Now, carefully check this. I thought about doing a whole separate video comparing the two, but you know what? No, let's just compare them right now. Here's the back on the S8. Snaps in place. Oh, it's on there good. Okay, we want to lay it the same way. And we want to look for differences because we've already done a review on this one. Well, there's an obvious difference right there. There's a big old piece of metal that's glued into the back. In fact, there's a little spot for the metal. Look at that. Already embossed in there. This one has that metal piece in there. Everything else is the same. There's a little aluminum thing there that touches this point here. Not sure why, but that's on both of them. There's the diodes for the heart rate monitor. There's the batteries. Let's see if we see anything on them. On the new one, we're looking at 400, does that say? 406 WH. Oh, there it is, our milliamp hours. 380 milliamp hours. There's your place that you put in your SIM card, and then this is where you put your TF card or micro SD card. Just slides right in there. That you can have songs to play, whatever you want, your data, your movies, your pictures, or whatever. So you're looking at a 360 milliamp hour with those two things inside. Here's the original S8, also 380 milliamp hours. You got the same two connectors. Everything so far is looking identical with one exception, and that's that little metal plate that's on the back of the G7, right? Okay, I'm going to put it all back together. I'm going to turn them on, and we'll check what's different in the software inside. Okay, we are ready to turn them on, but before we do, let's give you the specs and information on these. The original S8, that's the one that's in black. That's how I'm telling them apart. The new G7 has kind of a silver border around it. Otherwise, I don't know. Well, there's some writing on this one that's not on that one. Okay, the S8 comes to us like this. It's a smartphone, 2502 processor, running with these bands, uses a micro SIM, all these things. It says it supports FM radio, but I'm not sure how that works. If anybody knows how to hook up the FM radio, leave a comment for us down below if you would. And there's its size, okay? That's all with the S8. Now, when we bring in the G7, and wait for it, look at that band. Now, look at that band. Yeah, it's available in two versions. It's got a nice silver metal band to highlight that metal boundary around it and the metal backing. And then this is the silicone rubber band that sits on there. Are they removable? Of course they are. So you could put any band you want on here. You just pop that thing out. It's that easy remove thing. I won't do it, waste your time, but you can see you pop them out. And you could put the metal band or any metal band at the right size on here, any kind of band you'd like, and you'd have this compatible, transformable watch phone thing. All you really need is this metal bracket in any band you want, which means we don't have antennas in here. So yes, the bands are removable. Okay, so the G7 watch itself looks like this. We have these kind of specs. It's a resin strap or a 316L steel strap. Comes with one or the other. The body itself is stainless steel brushed. And there's the size, the colors, black and silver. We have one of each, so you could choose what kind of watch color you want. and there's a CPU. It has that Siri thing. Actually, all these things we've seen in the review of the S8 already. Bluetooth remote cameras in there. It's got that little massager thing going, which is kind of strange, but it does HD recorder. It's all built into it. It's a 2G GMS network with the Bluetooth 4.0. Life waterproofing is kind of splash resistant, but not much more. You don't want to dunk this thing in water. Obviously, the way that back came off so easily, there's no rubber grommet protecting it. So you don't want to get it very wet. 380 milliamp hours battery and 240 by 240 resolution screen. Cool. All right. We are going to power this puppy up. Actually, both of them. Here's the phone. Here's the watch phone. Let's give it a shot. Pressing the button. And on they go. Looks like you have to release the button before. Wow, look how fast they came up. That's incredible. They're on different times. This one's trying to connect right now. This one, I don't know. Maybe it's already connected or it's just running off of whatever it's got. Okay, there we go. We have taken a look at the watch faces already on the S8. Where did they go? I think it just timed out on me. There we go. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Instead of going through all of that, we're just going to take a look at what's installed and compare them. Look at the icons. We're going to just see in a cursory overview if there's anything different between the two. The QR code is identical, meaning it uses the same Funduwear tethering app, which is awesome. Those all look the same. Those all look the same. Nothing different there. Those look the same. Here's something different. Wallpaper versus clock type. But it's actually the same screen. It's just they changed the name. Oh, that's cute. So these are the watch faces we could have on here. That's one we installed, if you remember in the other video on the Funduwear app. We were able to put that in. And that one. And that one. Okay, so there's some different watch faces. I like that one. I haven't seen that one before. Let's see what that looks like. How do we get back? Well, off and on. There we go. Okay. Have not seen that watch face before at all. This is typically one that we use. All right, let's get back into the pages. So that icon is different, but the function is the same. Everything else here is the same. The vibrator has changed its image to from a phone, okay, to a watch. And that's the silly little thing that you do this, and it just makes it vibrate. Can you feel that? Is that making any audio sound? Same thing with this one. I don't know how to show you vibration other than to touch the camera and hope that it oscillates through. They're both vibrating. They're both off. So that function is the same. The icon is a little different. Now we're done on this one. We're back to the main one. But look, we have other things. Yahoo Weather is on the original phone. We have language, which takes us into actually the settings where the language is. So you don't really need that. Flight mode, you don't really need that either. WeChat now. Okay, WeChat is an application, and you have to have a SIM card in it. That app is not showing up on the new watch phone. Neither is QQ. So these are more Chinese focused, I guess. And it's not that you can't have these apps. It's just that you'll need to download them, I presume, from Funduwear or something to get them on the watch phone. So that's a slight difference as well. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. because some of you are like new to the channel and you don't want to jump around and see all these different reviews. Since the software is identical, and I've gone through this, I'll verify that to make sure that everything looks the same. If they are, and I'm pretty sure they are, what I'm going to do is copy and paste the full review of each of the apps that we did on this one onto this video with this one. So if you've already seen the video on the phone, the Vphone S8, you can skip that part. It's coming up when I say this is all old stuff. You'll know you can stop right there if you want. And those of you that are new that don't want to watch the phone review over again can play through, or do want to watch it, can watch all of those apps and how they function and how it tethers and how it works back and forth with the phone. You can watch that on this video. But remember, it's actually the review of the stuff that's on this phone thing. And it's the same as on this watch thing. Now, let's check out this. I've been curious about this. When I stick this in the connector like that, it's not falling out. It's a strong magnet, strong connection. Okay, if I take it out, it says watch has come off. It lights up and it knows, just by that metal plate being there, even if it's off, that it has been removed. So it knows when it's a watch, it knows when it's a phone. Now, whether that affects any of the functions, I don't know. And to get this video out, I'm just going to say I'll check it out. If I notice any differences that happen, I'll put it in the show notes. Yeah, all we know right now is it's giving us a message when it's functioning as a watch and when it's functioning as a phone and not in its cradle. Well, does it happen like that with the actual phone, the S8 phone, the one that came out before it? Will it even fit? It fits, but there's no magnet. And there's no notification that you've removed it. So it truly is working as a phone and not as a watch. So I don't think you can buy one of these as a phone. I mean, as the watch. No, I mean as a phone. I don't think you can buy the S8 and expect it to work in the same way as the G7 does. If you want the G7, you're going to need to buy the G7 unit along with the bracket and the band of your choice, whichever one you want, the metal one or the silicone one. There you go. It's a, yeah, it came off and then I put it back on again. Yeah, it's a convertible watch phone that allows you to make and receive phone calls, both with its own SIM card inside and tethered to your regular phone if you want. So imagine you're walking around, you have this thing on, and somebody gives you a call. Let's say they're calling you on your regular phone and it's in your pocket, and you decide to answer it on the watch because it's coming up and showing you the calls coming in. When you see the other video, you'll see how that looks in the phone style. It should look identical in the watch style, right? What you can do is you can hit the decline button or slide it, I forget which, to just hang up, or you can tap and answer it. And if you tap and answer it, you can start the conversation. You can take this off, you could put it up to your ear, and you could continue talking like on a regular phone. Now, one thing I noticed when I was reviewing this one, I was a bit concerned. It sounded like the phone volume was low when you were talking or using the actual phone. I'm used to a device that's supposed to be in a watch, and you use it as a walkie-talkie kind of thing in speakerphone mode. You talk, they talk, and you hear them, hopefully, a foot or two away. And this one, it didn't quite work that way. Well, the reason is it works like a phone. On your real phone, unless you press speakerphone, you don't hear it either. The sound is coming out of here, but you have to hold this up to your ear. It's a phone, okay? This is a watch, and it's a phone. And I'm not sure what's going to happen when you actually make a phone call to it in watch mode. If it changes, to phone mode and the volume gets real soft and it's loud when it's like this, or if it stays soft so you know that if you're going to do a phone call, you need to grab it and take it out and put it up to your ear. Check this, the show notes. I'll have the information on that for you down there on which way it works. Is it loud and then soft, speaker mode and then phone mode, or does it stay in the soft phone mode? Any way you look at it, it's a sweet little thing. And when you look at the prices on these, which in the show notes down below, I'm going to show you in just a moment, the links that you can go to pick up either the S8, the Vphone S8 smartphone, which is available right now. Right now you can get that one, or the pre-order for the brand new G7 smartwatch in either the silicone, looks so much nicer with it in, doesn't it? The silicone band or the metal band. And the prices are insane. They really are. So we're going to get this out right away. Again, this is not even on the market yet. It's still 2016 when we're doing this video. It'll probably be out early 2017 and delivered to you. I don't think you're going to make it by Christmas, but you certainly could make a nice little gift card out of this picture, which you can get at the No.1 website, and put that in an envelope and slip it into a Christmas stocking or something, and as soon as it's available, have it shipped to your gift recipient. Easy to do. All right, thanks for watching Smartwatch Ticks, and I am about to put on now the entire review of all of the apps that are on this phone, which are identical to this phone. Or is it this watch and this phone? Or this phone and that watch? Anyway, here it comes. And at the end, I got all the links for you. And yeah, check it out. I think you'll like it. It looks like a phone. You can make a call. You can send up a happy balloon. Is that messaging? Yeah, that's your basic messaging. It's got capacitive buttons down at the bottom. It's got nice sized chiclets, a dialer, message, phone book, call logs, all the things that have to do with calls. A Bluetooth connection, anti-theft. There's your QR code to scan for tethering. This is a nice size display too on that thing. Look at that. Cool. What else? There's your remote notifier for Bluetooth. And we have a calendar, basically day of the week, and then your full month calendar. You have a file manager that gets access to, it looks like about 1 megabyte of space. Okay, you're not going to put a whole lot in this one, but there is a file manager there. I don't see a camera or anything on it, but there is a little bit of space. There's a remote capture. Okay, that's for tethering to a remote phone to phone, where you could trigger the phone with a hot button on this, I bet. We're going to have to do the tethering thing on this. Check it all out. An audio player to play music inside here that you put in that little 1 megabyte of space, maybe one album, I guess. I don't know. But you have that. You have a pedometer. Nice. We have options that we can set for your history, your goals, your height, your weight. And you hit start. And then you start walking with this thing on your lanyard, or maybe on your arm if you put that thing there, or maybe just in your pocket. I don't know. Stop. Takes a while for all that to catch up. It looks like the goal is 10,000 that it's set for initially here. You have a sedentary reminder. All this is typical of what we've seen on tethering watches. There's your sleep mode. Don't know exactly how you're going to sleep with this on, unless, of course, you had a watch band. Hello. The lanyard wouldn't quite work, I don't think. And maybe you could hold on to it, right? You start, and it'll time and give you your sleep monitor information. And then you got the heart rate on the back. Let's try it with the finger. Start. Press and hold the screen. Oh, press and hold the screen. Okay. That's different. You got to actually hold the screen, which I presume means, you're going to need to hold it against your skin somewhere. and that would allow it to get the reading for you. So it's not just going to go off reading on its own. 72, that's pretty good. It's going to need to make contact. If it were in a watch band, you wouldn't have to hold it normally, but because it's free floating, I can see why they've done that. You have a sound recorder. This is really cool. It's really a tiny, tiny watch. I like that. And it saved it, and we play it. This is really cool. It's really a tiny, tiny watch. I like that. I go dropping it all over. Let's try that again. This is really cool. It's really a tiny, tiny watch. I like that. I don't know where the sound is coming out of, but it's working. Working well. Okay, we got that little sound recorder in there. Will you come back? We have a calculator. That looks like the standard calculator is coming out on most of these things these days. And it works. Yeah, okay. We have a stopwatch built into it that we can start. So you could take it out jogging with you, I guess, and keep track of your time. And do laps. Stop. Clear. Simple. You have built-in alarms, or you can add a new alarm, the time, how much you want it to repeat, all that kind of information. There's your settings. We'll come back to that. Apps, an app drawer. Doesn't say, it says uninstall all. So if we had any apps in here, guess we would have those listed in the app drawer. Power savings offer on. You have Siri, so if you're tethered to your iPhone or your Android, you can press the button and interrogate Siri. All right. This is a little bit more robust kind of a tethering watch than we're typically used to. That's nice. I'm going to come back to settings. Wallpapers. You have the different kind of wallpaper, or maybe these are clocks. Are these different clocks? It says wallpaper, but let's... No, they're clocks. Okay. Your wallpaper, in this case, the wallpaper is the watch face, because it's not a watch, it's a phone. We have to use different language, right? Wallpaper. Well, let me show you all the wallpapers that come with this thing. Ooh, that's a nice one. Aha! Look at that. You see what it says right in there? Can you read that? Does that give you a hint who's behind this? Yeah. More wallpaper. Another one, digital. We've seen that big one, and we got that one. So it looks like we've got 3 wallpapers. But this is the one that gives you the ability to go right to the phone dialer. And of course, if you're tethered, this is going to make the call. And that's your messaging. So check your inbox, your drafts, outbox. Tethered. No SIM card in this one. It's really a strictly for tethering watch. Themes. That was theme 1. That's theme 2. Didn't look like it changed much to me in terms of here. That's theme 3. Oh, there's a little bit of blue in the background. It's not just straight dark black. But you really can't tell that much. Weather. A thunderstorm in Shenzhen, China. I'm glad they sent this out before it got struck by lightning. Good display for the weather, isn't it? Can we see anything more? Freezing, fog, rain. Really? I guess it's winter. Okay. Different dates. A flashlight makes the whole screen white so you can see where you're going at night. Now, you can notice the screen isn't an AMOLED screen. You can see the corners kind of have a little bit of brightness in the corner and a little dark along the edges. It's, of course, not going to be a fancy, robust watch face or phone face on this one. But it does give you that flashlight effect, so you could use it at night to open your car door if you had this in your pocket. Motion sensor for flip for muting incoming calls, flip to mute the alarm. wake up gesture on off, shake to answer a call. If you turn the wake up gesture on and you have this thing in your pocket, you might have a little bit of a problem. But if it were a watch, that would be cool, right? Maybe if it's hanging on a lanyard or something around your neck, you could just pick it up. That would be cool. We'll leave it on. It might be, though, that it might get stuck in a situation in your pocket or something where you're just, it's coming on and off just too often. But that's available in motion. Magic voice. This is where you can make your voice sound differently when you're on the phone. I've never played with this, but if you place a call, you could sound like a man, a woman, or a child. We've seen that a little bit on some of the other tethering watches. SOS is the big SOS button. You press that. Yay! Your little chicklet just goes wild. I guess that could annoy people enough to attract attention. It's not making a phone call, it's just making a loud sound. Vibrator. You want a little massage? I'll tell you, there's a trick. There, right here, especially if you hold watches all day. You massage right there. Oh, that feels so good. It's vibrating, folks. I'm going to set it on the phone. You feel that? There. You hear that on the camera? Whee! You want to run your battery down? There you go. That's a good way to do it. And it's still going. Interesting. The SOS, the vibrator, the magic voice, all that stuff's kind of new. The languages you have available. Auto sync is on, so it'll take up the language that you have on your phone. And if you choose, you can pick your languages from the list. Relatively limited on this first edition. We'll just leave the auto sync on, and then when I sync it, it'll be there. Your name display, last name first name last, that kind of stuff. Flight mode, to go into silent, so your Bluetooth is shut off. WeChat is available to you. It says, please insert a SIM card. Yeah, we've got QQ. I think that's some sort of a texting thing in China, right? And WeChat. I guess you need a SIM card for all of that stuff to work. You actually have stuff up here. Look at that. You have your battery reading. So it is behaving like a phone. That's pretty cool. And that's all of the apps that we see installed here. That takes you back to your main one. That takes you to settings. We didn't go through settings yet. Our Bluetooth settings. You turn it on in visibility and you can pair it up with a phone. I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that. We'll set that right here and we'll go through that and see what we get. You got your clock, wallpapers, time sync. That's your date and time, I guess. If we turn that off, then you could go in and set your date and time separately. And your time format, I always like 12-hour. That's available only if you turn off that time sync first and then set it. Otherwise, it's shaded out. How do I know that? Because this is similar to a lot of other things we've tested. Sound, ring only, ringer 1, ringtone. You have that ringtone. And that one. Okay, notifications. We have 3. Oh yeah, we've heard that one. Just a beep. Nothing but a beep. Just a beep. And the little heart. Okay, I'll go with the beep. Alarm type, you can ring only, vibrate only. I like vibrate and then ring, so if I notice the vibration, I could grab it and silence it if I needed to. Notice I could just kind of turn it and make it come back alive. That's nice. Volumes, how loud have we been? 666, so that's full volume all the way up. Can't go any higher than that. So you've been listening to it full volume. And then our display. And it's been timing out quite quickly. Here's our brightness. There's 1. And that's good visibility right now. If I make it fully bright, you see the word OK is almost gone. It gets really good and solid bright. That looks like about a good level for us to do the video on. Screen timeout, as low as 5 seconds up to 60 seconds. So you're not going to get 30 minutes of on-screen time on this one. It's for a quick look. I'm going to make it 60 so we don't time out while we're working with it. And there's only one style that's 4 apps across. You're not getting the individual app per page, so it looks like it's set for a Mac, one standard menu style. And we're back there. Oh, we were in system, weren't we? Or settings. Settings. We did sound and volume and display. We have our units. We can go metric or imperial. Let's switch it over to imperial. Flight mode is just that, same as that icon, I guess. You can go into your flight mode there. International, that's where we set up the language. We already saw that. Apps, again, we saw where you can uninstall apps. And it's likely that when you tether this to a phone, a different phone, an Android phone, you may be able to install apps into the watch as well. Then we have our reset capability. We can reset the whole thing. Have we covered everything? Units, flight, apps, reset. We just did that. And about. So this is called the S8. This is the Vphone S8. And it's got this going for it. The release version, it's October 31st, 2016 is its initial release. Okay, let's have some fun now. I have a micro SD card in here and a SIM card. And I have it all set up for tethering over to the phone. So when I go in here and I put in a number and I say call, I can choose local call, the SIM inside, or hotspot is the name of my phone. I chose that one, tethering, and it's attempting to make a phone call, but there's no SIM card in here. But if it were, you'd be able to speak and hear from the device, from the watch, right, of whatever's going on your phone. That's true tethering. That's the way you like it. If instead I do this and say local call, it'll attempt to make that call to a number, and then it would connect you through the SIM card inside, which is, of course, a wrong number right now. So I'm going to bail out of that. So that's calling, text messaging, same kind of thing. You could write a message. And when you get in it, you get the ABC kind of a keyboard where it's a little difficult, but you have to peck it out like you would in the regular old telephone pad. But you can do a short message here and send the message out. I'm just going to do something, write a message, and just make anything in here, like so. Then put the keyboard away. My options are to send to, oh, look at that. You have a change in input methods. Okay. I'm going to say send to, all right, you can add a number from the phone book, or you can enter a number, and I would put in a number, whatever number that is, and then say okay. Add from phone book, and send. And again, send by local, meaning I could send it from the SIM card inside, or send by Bluetooth, would send it over and send it from the SIM card and phone number that's here. So you have both ways. It's a dual mode device for phone calls and for messaging. I know that's a quick run through and we didn't really do examples, but it takes a while to set all that up, and we're just kind of pushing through this right now. What else can you do? You got an audio player. And I have some music in here that we can play. This is from a free, license-free, copyright, no problem website. And I chose this, wow, too loud. I chose this so I could play a little bit of it, not always have to worry about Google coming in and recognizing that song as somebody's copyrighted works and throw advertising on top of it. I'll have a link to the website for this music in the show notes, And it's pretty easy. You click on a website, and then they tell you how to go over to another website and paste their link into it, and you can download the music, put it on your own micro SD card, and take your music with you and play it. Pretty nice. Okay, this is some gaming music we got going on here. And you also have the ability to do music playback from tethering off of your phone if you're running that Fundu app here as well. Remote capture, check this out. I'm going to hit that button. Whether you're on an iPhone or an Android, you choose your platform. And if you got that Fundu app installed, you're going to be able to bring up the camera and see whatever's there. There we go. And you can take a picture right off of the screen of your watch. It says capturing, and the picture's actually been taken by the phone, so it's going to be on your phone. But you see the picture on this little device, this watch, if you will, vertical, horizontal, whatever way you want it. Click it, and that picture was just taken. That's the remote capture. And it works just like you've seen on tethering watches. File Manager is where we could get into the memory card, and I had a whole bunch of stuff on a memory card. This is just an 8 gigabyte one, but that's where my music was, and I'm playing the Best Music Mix 2017. It isn't even over 16 yet. Pedometer, we've done all of that stuff. I just wanted to show you the tethering kind of things that Siri, I can tap to speak. Now, this was a little soft. I'm not sure what's going on there volume-wise and whatnot, but I can tap it and say, as it calls it up, what time is it in New York City? It only got the word city. Let's try that again. What time is it in New York City? Very soft, but it is coming out. But I can't figure out what's going on there, something with the audio. But Siri works tethered to your other device. So that's what you would use that for. And of course, it's not Siri on the Android. It's OK Google, but it would be Siri on the iDevices. And that works. What else? The weather. You saw the weather. We had the whole thunderstorm thing going on there. Now, there is a weather app. This app is already installed here, but this is something I wanted to show you in the Funduware. When you have this app loaded and you have done your data sync to make sure that you are up to date, it will let you go into this place called My Applications. And in here, there's another weather that you could install. It's already got one, so you don't need two. But you can install these other watch faces as well. Now, you recall on the watch faces, we only had 3. We had that one, and that one. Okay, and it looped around, right? So I'm going to install this black clock, and I'm going to go like that. It's installing the application directly into this device. Now if I press and hold, and I go over here, I've got that. So now I have this new watch face running on this small phone. And all the others can be done that way too, from your phone. And as Funduware folks add more apps and watch faces to this thing, you can add more of those on. And guess what? They've already figured out how you can add, I think, more watch faces, custom watch faces that you can install to any Funduware tethered device, including this little phone thing. I'm telling you, this thing is so cool. I've been walking around with this all day now, and I don't even notice I have it on. I can't wait to play with it. What are we looking at? Once again, the No.1 G7, and these are, as promised, the links in the show notes to Gearbest, where you can get this thing, which is currently in pre-sale, on order. They should have them back in by the time you click on it. If not, keep clicking, okay? Because that's a really good introductory price, running from December 5th to January the 1st. You can get yourself online to get either the silicone band version Or for $1 or so more, the metal band version. Remember, the bands are replaceable, so you're basically getting the whole unit, and you can pick your band. You can get them with the silver or black around the edges, as you've seen already in the two we've shown you of the phone and the watch. And speaking of the phone, you can get that right now if you want on Gearbest. The Vphone S8 is available in silver or black for under $30. It's incredible. Check the show links. Use the buying links in the show notes down below if you can, because that helps us get credit, and they'll be sending us more amazing watches. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, if you're new, give it a try. Check it out. It's 2017 coming up, and this is the year this stuff's going to take off. So if you want to see the latest, best stuff, you got to subscribe, all right? Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.